7:25. It is February 12th. It's a Thursday. Last Thursday at this time, I was in the ER with suspected anaphylaxis. Not anaphylactic shock, but my throat was closing. My neck was swollen. My lymph nodes were swollen. And I've had hives appear every night the last 2 weeks now. And my throat still is swollen. I have a neck sometimes. I know I'm fat. Whatever. But I've been working on my health for the last 3 years. I've lost weight, kept it off. I've lost about 55 pounds. There was a maybe 6-week period where I didn't have enough food. And I don't know, when I was really ill with liver disease, which I was born with, I would not eat and then gain weight. I would not eat and then gain weight. And I didn't change my eating. I would just eat less, thinking that, oh, I'm gaining weight so rapidly. I gained 70 pounds in 1 year. I was dying. I didn't know. And I think my body is still trying to recompensate from that almost dying. And for those 6 weeks, I didn't have any food before I got assistance. I lost 14 pounds in 6 weeks from the same thing I used to do when I didn't have much money, which is I would stretch my meals. I would eat one big meal a day. I would drink a lot of water, including water that had been fortified with other things like chia seeds and, in Dominican Republic we have jugo de avena, that's oat juice that you would drink to fill your stomach. And I would make congee and all this stuff that I know how to stretch. I know how to stretch meals. I lost so much weight, but I was starving myself unintentionally because I didn't have money. And I have been thinking a lot about the diligence I have and the abilities that I have to save money, because I'm in debt, because I'm in nursing school, but I'm also I feel like I'm physically in debt. I have all these skills. I can sew, I can crochet, I can thrift, I can find things and fix them and have them work for me. I have let go of a lot of desire I have and the attachments I have to that desire so that I don't buy things. I have lived in scarcity before. This feels different because when I was in the hospital with an allergic reaction that I had no control in, so I'm a control freak, all I can think of is that there's so many people out there who have less than I do, but they also have so much more than I'll ever have. I don't speak to my parents. I've tried really hard to build some community, but I used to isolate a lot more. I don't talk to my parents because of, one thing. I don't talk to my parents because they are abusive people who have hurt me. But they gave me my life, and for that I'm grateful for. I was primarily raised by my grandparents who have both since passed. I have one cousin and her beautiful children, and that's about it in terms of my extended family. I come from a very large family. But safety-wise, I can't. And then I have friendships that I put myself at a certain distance because I don't like being a burden to other people. That's why I'm in nursing school. I'm very good at taking care of people. I was raised to be someone's wife, and I am not. I'm single. I have health issues that some of them are my fault, some of them are not. But I've worked very hard for my life. Everything in this apartment is mine. It's a small apartment, but everything that's in it I've paid for or I have been gifted, and it's mine. At one point in my life, everything I had fit into a laundry bag that I still have, and I've sewn it and I've fixed it. I like to sew, I like to crochet, I cook most of my meals. I live a very frugal lifestyle. I have 2 pairs of shoes. I have 3 pairs of pants. I got gifted, well, a part of my scholarship, I got my uniform for school, and I hand wash the whites that I have to wear. But a lot of it is discipline that I say I don't have. I have discipline to get up in the morning. I have discipline to go to school. I have discipline to clean my apartment. I have discipline to feed myself and bathe myself and keep up with my oral hygiene. I have discipline to cut my own hair and not pay $60 for a really good haircut. I miss my barber Bruna in Bushwick, Brooklyn. But there's just something about now. It's a new moon today, and I need better discipline. Even though all that is true, I can't always use fear as a motivator, but when I saw my blood pressure be 199 over 120. Normal blood pressure is 120 over 80. I knew that something was fundamentally wrong with how my body processes things. I've reversed prediabetes. Even at my weight, I've reversed that prediabetes. My A1C is normal. I have lost 55 pounds. I can breathe better than I ever have, even though I still have asthma. It's more to do with the, powers that be. I come from an asthmatic family. I've worked so hard on my health. I still am hypermobile. I still have fibromyalgia. I'm still 270 pounds on a 5'6", mesomorphic frame. My goal is to lose 50 more pounds, but not to lose it, but to gain muscle. I lost a lot of muscle. Having muscle from weightlifting, which I did for 3 years before having pneumonia, saved my life. I lost my ass. I lost so much strength, but I'm gaining endurance. I can run for the bus. I can drop it low to pick up something when I couldn't bend to tie my shoes for many years. Not just because of my weight, but because of how unhealthy my liver had become. It was pushing up against my diaphragm. But now I'm thinking, okay, what can I do? I went to the doctor today. My blood pressure was normal. My resting, I think, was 123 over 80. My lowest blood pressure in the hospital before I got dismissed was 135 over 76, which I think is okay considering the crisis. But my heart is amazing. My heart is amazing. My bones are strong. My muscles are not, but my bones are good. And I have actually good circulation. It's just I have poor perfusion, which means that I have venous return issues in my legs that caused me not to be able to sit down on the floor for very long or without my legs falling asleep. And it's more to do with the way that my nerves and my muscles work and less to do with the actual circulation. But I've gotten everything tested. My A1C is so good right now. And I had said all of this stuff and I was so focused on the negative. But I had watched this random video of Mike Tyson. And I watch homesteading videos. There's no reason why this popped up. I watch homesteading videos, black homesteading videos, and people who live off the land, and a lot of mending and cooking videos, and it's just I have no reason why this popped up. But he said that he uses fear as a motivator. And so someone with ADHD, urgency is a big deal for my dopamine response. But as someone who's returning to meditation, I need to find another way to elicit dopamine as a sober Buddhist. I don't want my entire life to be based on fear. I need to find and hone the parts of myself that care about the future. I'm thinking about doing calisthenics. I've been doing squats Not every day, but I have more range of motion in my hips. My knees are stronger. I've dislocated my knees. That's a really big deal. My ankles can support tiptoes. On my frame, calisthenics are the best bet. Swimming will be better, but I have a history of, water-based trauma stuff. And I don't know how to swim very well anymore as a result of aforementioned knee dislocation. But all I'm thinking is, what can I do to create the change I'm looking for in my life? What can I do to be a better student? What can I do to be a better aunt to my godkids? What can I do to be a better friend? What can I do? What can I do to be a better future partner for somebody? I want to improve my body, but I need to improve my discipline. I need to change my attitude. I need to change my sense of self and my self-perception. And I was in therapy today, and all I could think was like, okay, I'm very grateful that I'm alive right now. But I don't want my life to be like this. I don't want to be allergic to soap and coconut oil and hazelnuts and shrimp. Oh my God, I'm missing out on so much. I don't want to have loneliness. I want to be comfortable. I want to feel safe. I want love. I want devotion. But I'm not a God, and life isn't perfect. And there will always be suffering, and the root cause of suffering I can't try my best to prevent. But there will always be suffering, and there will always be happiness. And within suffering is happiness, and within happiness is suffering. So what can I do? I have the capacity to change my life because I've changed my life. This year it'll be 11 years since I moved out of the house, and I was a homeless teenager. And all I had was a laundry bag full of things and a backpack and my Build-A-Bear from 2006. And that person made all of this out of fear. What will the next 11 years look like if I continue to live on the basis of fear and scarcity? I don't want to know what that is. I need to open my mind to love and self-devotion, self-respect, self-esteem, confidence. And one of my favorite metaphors that I do, because English is still technically my second language, is I would say Rome was not destroyed in a day. Because it's still true. But I also say, we'll burn that bridge when we get to it. And I found that that's more common in people who learn English with people learning English. But I want to burn this bridge today. Because I got to the bridge and it's done. I don't need it. And no one else needs to go through what I have. I don't want anyone to walk in my shoes. I don't want anyone to feel how I felt. And I got to it. I'm over it. Rome was not destroyed in a day either, but it's gone. And it's history. And I have nothing. I have nothing. And I think that's powerful. I know what it's like to have nothing. This version of nothing is still my wildest dreams. I live alone. I know what's wrong with me. I have support. I have love. I have my singing voice back. I never thought I'd get that back. I can bend down to tie my shoes. nothing. I have nothing, nothing, nothing if I don't have you, you. If I don't have you. Yeah. Yeah. I have nothing. That's great. I get to start over. Again. How lucky am I to have this body and this timeline to be able to start over?